Hello again, Rebecca here, and welcome back to another Brutus Monroe Design Team layout. Today we're going to play with Chroma Mist to make a very fun background. I'm going to use some of these stitched hexagon dies out of and die cut out of the Welcome Home 6x6 paper pad. And it's beautiful sweater prints. Now obviously I've got a summer layout here, but very versatile. So we're going to use these and we're going to make a fun background with those. I'm going to do some dry ink blending with Stormy Sky and Weathered Wood Distress ink. And then we're going to have a very fun background out of some cobalt blue and some ornament gold Chroma Mist. I'm also going to pull in the Welcome Home stamp set using some of the bits and pieces to stamp tucked in and around all of my hexies. 2 photos here of me in the red chair and my background. So I'm going to go ahead and get this trimmed down, get my hexies cut out, and I'll be back for the mixed media. Alright, so I have these 2 scrap cardstocks. They're kind of pearlescent with some embossing on it. And I'm going to use the blue Chroma Mist to cover these. So I'll just go ahead and get them both in there. And I'm putting a fair amount on. To create some very fun card panels. And then I do and I misted my paper over here, so I'm going to have to grab a different one of those. Just kind of sop up a little bit of it, because, you know. And they are going to warp. That's okay. Okay, pull those down. Just come in and sop up some of the edges on this. All right, so this is gonna dry. Whoa. And I'm gonna grab another white cardstock because I got overzealous there. Although I'm going to splatter it as well, so I think it's going to be okay. So we're going to move this to the side, and I'm going to grab my other. I have 2 messy boxes. And I'm going to mix up the gold, and we're going to cover this page as well, but I want to get this a good mix. And this is just a stainless steel letter opener. I do not shake. I don't want to force the mica into the straw, so try to keep my clogging to a minimum on any spray bottles, you guys. I want to give this a fine mist. Oh man. Let me unclog it because I totally just clogged it up. And I'm trying to figure out how else I can get it sprayed on there. So new plan, we're going to scrap this idea. I'm going to let this dry and see what it looks like. And I'm kind of thinking I want to do a color wash of that. which would require a very large brush. And that's my own fault. I seen it at the end and I should have just poured it out, but I didn't. So let's just get a fair amount of that poured out. And then I'm just going to take my paintbrush and we're just going to do a color wash basically. Up and down, so we have a very fun metallic background. It is smearing the blue, but I'm rather liking it. Just a little bit more. I know that's not that much, but a little bit, but it is absorbing into the paper rather quickly. So now we have a very fun sheen on the page. And then we're going to come in, because I do have the hexes cut up here, I'm going to let all of this dry and come in and do some dry ink blending on top of this and more splatters, right? So let's do the more splatters now of the blue. I'm just going to stick it in there and just splatter around. It's kind of the area that I think it's going to be in, but I'm not going to leave it as splatters. I'm going to dry brush that as well to give it a bit of a smear, right? Just don't want to add too much, but how cool is this? So you've got the shimmer from the ornament gold, and then the blue swiped back and forth. Now we can go ahead and add a couple more splatters. Don't want to go crazy. And then just do it one more time. And this is a dry brush. So how cool is that? Actually, I'm loving it. All right, I'm gonna let all this dry and we'll be back to finish the layout. Look how cool these turned out. So we're gonna use these to mat our photos with a fairly large photo mat because I want to showcase that beautiful chroma glaze. So I'm just gonna go right in the middle there. And I'm just going to kind of eyeball it because I want a larger photo mat. I'm not very good at doing that by scissor cuts, right? Okay. And we'll be saving some of those pieces to use for future layouts, just because it is too pretty to do anything else with. Do you know I want them to overlap? Like so. So here's our background page. Uber dry. I'm trying to figure out. So we're going to put these down here. And once like that. And then grab these guys. Definitely to layer them. Let's see, let's pull these up a little bit. Boop. I'm just going to go ahead and layer it up, right? Pulling that one up. Pulling that one up. Lining that one up. And we're going to stick that one there. That one, nope. That one there, and let's get this one right here. So the reverse. Because I don't want to take away from the background that much, you know? I know I say that all the time, though, but I mean it. Okay, so that's done. Now, I just want to lightly... draw the hexes. We're going to do some ink blending around them. On top of the Chroma Mist background and some stamping. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this. I'm just going to do ink blending. All I'm going to do is take the Distress ink and just blend around each one. So nothing too crazy that you guys haven't seen before. And then I'm going to come in with the stamping and get all of the stamps on there of these fun little bits and bobs from this fabulous stamp set that I am using as a placeholder for my hexes. And I am doing a very light-handed, you guys, and just kind of tracing very carefully. So basically, we're going to do this, right? We're going to ink up this brush. And we're just going to come in and just ink blend right around. And it's going to be rough because we've got the glitter on there from that Chroma Mist. But I find that to be really, actually, very cool. So we're just coming in and just ink blending. So I'm going to go ahead and finish all of that up, and then you will just have a hint of that peeking out. This background is gorgeous, and I am in love with it, and you will definitely see me do this technique again. But I would like to know if you're going to try it, so give it a try. But I will be right back to finish the layout with you. So we have it all done. Everything is glued down. I have my photos popped up. I have pulled in some chipboard flowers so that we can kind of just come in and jazz up a few areas. See if I can find more flowers as well. So we've got our stamping all done, and I think it's so beautiful. And all the ink blending going on back there. So I'm just kind of adding these flowers into the little areas where I've got all the sprigs shooting out. And so we've got acorns and pine cones and all kinds of little leafy bits. Is there any more and smaller flowers on this chipboard? You know what? Let's go with the butterfly up there. Put that right there. All right. And I don't know, you guys. There's not too much more else I want to do. I've got to stop saying that, right? I've got to bust out. Let's use these little, they're kind of purple, but I'm thinking they're going to go, and we're just going to scatter them around in here. Let's kind of jazz it up, give it a little bit more dimension. There's a lot going on this layout. I need to grab we're going to have a little tail for our little butterfly. Right. I always do odd, and I make them loop. So there's our little butterfly trail. I think this is super cool. I've got to know if you guys try this technique, and you have to try it because it was so much fun. I mean, it was a lot of fun. Just to get all of them on there and all the different techniques that I tried. Yes. So that is going to do it. Don't forget to head on over to Brutus Monroe, pick up some of these fun goodies. And I used the detail ink in Raven, so the Brutus Monroe. That's my favorite detail ink, and it's stamped gorgeously. And that is gonna do it. Let's zoom you in a little bit so you can get like some of the full effects that are going on here. You see the shadowing, and my lights are not picking up how it's all sparkly. So we've got all the stamping overlapping. It's just so cool. I really love this layout. And it's such a soft background that the photos jump off the page, and that's really what you want. So that's going to do it, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. I used the Cobalt Blue, Ornament Gold, Detail Ink, Welcome Home stamp set, and the Welcome Home papers, which are out of my reach. So I will see you guys later with another video. Bye.